Good morning, everybody. My name is Tobia Di Pisa from the GeoSolutions company, and I'm here today to present MapStore at GeoCom, an year in review. Thank you for attending this presentation that will be focused mainly on what's new in MapStore 2025-01 that is ready to land on geOrchestra, as well as ongoing works for the next major release expected for the next autumn, 2025-02. So let's start with the seeing what's new in MapStore 2025-01, where we have provided mainly, and we have spent a lot of effort for this, to completely refactor the MapStore homepage, with the overall aim to provide the user experience in managing MapStore resources for better organizing them, filtering, accessing them, and so on. So all the UI elements have been completely reviewed and reskinned, with a lot of effort spent on both front-end and back-end tiers in order to provide new searching and filtering capabilities for resources, with a new control panel for activating and deactivating specific search options to improve, of course, the user experience on that. So by including the support for my resources, so the possibility to filter for my resources, filter for resources within belonging to specific groups, the support of tags, date period of resource creation, and all these options basically are automatically translated to the catalog URL, so it is possible effectively to load the MapStore catalog with a predefined state. So this new version brings also a support for tags. So there is a new administrative section where administrators can define effectively tags ready to be used for end users. And also the resource details panel have been significantly improved. Also taking this also, we have took this opportunity also to fix and improve involved components also from notifications of bugs. We have been notified by the geOrchestra community also. In managing the general resources information, as well as the permission management and the about part, where there are two different modes, one for viewing information and one for editing them. So there is the new homepage brings also an alternative catalog mode for improving, yes, the overall user experience in using the MapStore catalog, but also for improving and enhancing the responsiveness of the homepage itself. So there is a new list catalog mode. And most important, with the new version, all resources are managed together directly in the MapStore homepage. So also context, application context, are by default managed in the homepage according to the usual permission, more in line with the underlying data model. So there are also significant work still on the backend for providing new ordering capabilities for resources, and in respect to the one previously available, and as well as naively customizable item cards for choosing, and defining your own default of elements and controls you would like to have there. So this new work for enhancing the MapStore homepage is a part of a bigger one for reviewing and effectively renewing the entire MapStore layout and look and feel. So we have included also a new brand navbar component to host all general and main application controls. We have improved the moving basically the about plugin there by improving it. unifying the user menus in one, so managing it according to the user role, enabling or disabling functions depending on the user role. And of course, on the light of what we have done for the MapStore homepage, we have reused the same component in order to, of course, harmonize all same items and component across the whole application. So we have also reviewed the admin section for managing users, groups, with an overall enhancement of the user experience and the UI responsiveness, of course. So the MapStore layout brings also, as I said, the new brand navbar on top, which is available in the whole application for all application contexts, not only for viewers, but also for dashboard, context, GeoStories. And we have decided to have more consistent on this kind of, on certain kind of tools by moving general app controls outside the sidebar because they are more related to the whole application instead of basically resource specific, which means the save as, delete map properties have been moved outside in the brand navbar. And of course, there is still the same UI for managing details on resources through the right side panel. So the MapStore layout brings also a lighter theme. We have decided to provide it to guarantee basically a smooth experience to final user. So we have reduced also the size of side panel in order to provide more space for organizing a UI item, and we have started the process of removing primary colors for many components. This new work, of course, is covering many parts, is touching many parts, and of course, one of them is improving the overall notification system of MapStore. So by improving user feedback on modified resources, making it more visible, introducing a new confirmation dialog for when closing the browser window to ensure that the user don't lose basically modification pending changes on resources. So of course this is a quite significant work we have done for the MapStore homepage, the MapStore layout, but there are also significant updates on other functionalities, like for the 3D one, where we have provided support for the Cesium Ion terrain provider. So it is possible to route terrain also hosted directly in Cesium, as well as improved map settings for the 3D in order to tune the light source of the 3D map in order to better adapt it to the data presented in the map itself. There is also another significant work and interesting one we effectively enabled by default in this new version that is related to a legend update, an update of the legend component by including new options for making it dynamic and interactive, basing it on the available get legend graphic in JSON format and the content-dependent legend capabilities of GeoServer. So it is now possible to activate both options in order to activate to be able to activate and deactivate rules you want to have in the map, as well as having rules not visible in map filtered out by the legend itself. The printing update is providing now an even better user experience because we have decided finally to detach the map preview map from the underlying main map, so that it is quite. It is finally and definitely this brings definitely an improved user experience in managing map previews, definitely. And there are also other options for the printing. One of them is the possibility, for example, to exclude layers, undesired layers from the printed legend. So this is a tool really interesting for the geOrchestra community. I know, because it is something the geOrchestra community initially commissioned. So we have provided also significant updates to the user session plugin, providing a more fine-grained control on what can be cleared from the cache, providing support for search services, attribute table, widgets, catalog services, map templates, map views, timeline plugin, and many more. Of course, map views, I understood that the map views component is highly used in geOrchestra, so there is a quite important enhancement here, because we have decided to enhance it by bringing the latest enhancement we provided last year for the table of content, in order to provide here directly an advanced TOC with advanced control and a fine-grained tuning of synchronization of the whole TOC, as well as single layers with the main TOC. So the new version is providing also a significant and consolidated dependency management and code cleanup. We have decided to provide for this version. So there is an overall enhancement of the dependency management, especially for the backend tier, and but also there are dependency updates in general for both backend and frontend, and we have provided the code cleanup and removed old packages. Okay, so I can only suggest you to check out the new version to enjoy and try new functionalities of MapStore 2025-01 in geOrchestra. As usual, you can find the all complete release notes in GitHub. And let's jump quickly on ongoing works for 2025-02. So further announcement on the project structure and dependency management are expected. We are considering to move the HTTP proxy and the geostore directly in the main MapStore repository to enhance the overall project structure and the dependency management. We are expecting more work for the MapStore layout as part of the bigger intervention we have in mind to provide across this and next year. With a complete new default theme, the possibility to switch theme by the user menu, further harmonization of UI components, button, font family, and so on. A new interesting component still for the 3D part is the terrain switcher. So we, basing on, enhancing the existing background switcher we have in MapStore, we have implemented new functionality to effectively be able to manage terrain layers directly from UI, together with the other backgrounds, for the 3D. So you can directly and so far you were able to configure this directly from configuration file. Now you can do that from UI, okay? So all providers will be supported. You can have a try because it is already implemented and currently in master for functional tests. There is also the geofence rule manager with some interesting update based on GeoServer 2.27 and geofence 3.8.0, where we have provided both on the front end, as you can see, and the front end, the backend and the front end. Enhancement for managing authorization rules by validity period, so that it is possible to automatically disabling them according to the validity period, filtering authorization rules by IP address, and so on. The same will be available also on MapStore, where we have in mind, and the development will start in the next few weeks, where we have in mind to implement new resource permission capabilities for managing resource accesses by IP address. So as usual, there are the available online resources for looking better at the 2025-01 release pages. So both for the user guide and the developer guide, and of course the GitHub repository. Thank you so much for attending. Let me know if you have some questions.